you are here in Berlin for your first official visit today. The EU is a family with so many gatherings that it is, of course, not the first time for us to meet. A very important family meeting just took place a few days ago in Toledo, in Spain. The EU as a family, that also means that we help and support each other in difficult times. A little more than a week ago, near Bucharest, there was a severe explosion at a petrol station, and when the fire brigade arrived, there was a second explosion. It left 3 people dead and many injured, so it was truly a horrible day, not only for you, but also for us. Our thoughts are with the families of the victims. In our European family, we can count on one another, and this was also life-saving with this accident. People who had suffered severe burns were swiftly taken to other EU member states, and 4 of them are still being treated in Berlin and Lübeck. This is European solidarity in action. We wish all those injured a speedy recovery. Europe's solidarity does not stop at the EU's external borders. This is something that Romania shows. Romanians tremendously help Ukrainians. About 100,000 Ukrainian refugees still live in Romania. They get help and support and much more than just a shelter. By training Ukrainian F-16 pilots as part of the fighter jet coalition, you are helping Ukraine to defend itself against the brutal Russian aggression. The brutal Russian war has impacts across the globe, also for the poorest of the poor. Russia is exacerbating the global hunger crisis. Russia is pointing the guns of its warships in the Black Sea to grain vessels and is bombing hubs for grain transport, sometimes so closely to the border to Romania that windows burst in your villages. The ports on the Danube River have become enormously important hubs for millions of tons of grain being transported. Russia wants to wipe these off the earth with its bombs and drones. Putin's game with the grain deal is a cynical one. Turkey's efforts to get the deal back on track are important. It only fails due to Putin that the cargo vessels do not have free passage. And the work on alternative routes, however, continues. We're working tirelessly on it. Now is the time. The European solidarity lanes, that is grain transport via rail, ship and road, are already lifelines for international grain supply. And I would like to thank your country, Romania, for expanding your infrastructure even further for the European solidarity lanes in order to double export capacities for Ukrainian grain by the end of the year to reach 4 million tons per month. We continue to work together on this intensively to gain the support of the whole European Union. What you're doing for Ukraine and for the poorest of the poor worldwide is something that deserves European solidarity and support. Ukraine and Moldova as well are part of the European family. Their future lies in the European Union. Together with the people in Ukraine and in Moldova, we want to shape their future in Europe together. As the European Union, we stand firmly side by side with Moldova. Germany, France, and Romania together launched a support coalition for Moldova only a few weeks after Russia's aggression against Ukraine. We are continuing this work. We will not leave Moldova behind. Every day, Moldova fights against Russia's perfidious attempts to undermine and destabilize Moldova's democracy. What Romania does for its neighboring country, Moldova, is impressive. Romania's deliveries of energy and our support for EU reforms in Chisinau are just some examples of the work this platform is doing. And only in a few weeks' time, We will continue our work at the next conference in the framework of our support platform, and we will continue to work hand in hand. Luminița, in the European family, it should also be self-evident that you can visit one another without borders. Romania and Bulgaria have done a lot to become full members of the Schengen area, and the EU Commission has repeatedly confirmed that. In these times, it is not only long overdue that we implement this promise that we made, it is also an important contribution to Europe growing even closer together. Romania and Bulgaria must swiftly become full members of the Schengen area. So I would like to reaffirm once more today and appeal to those who still block it to implement this promise. Thank you very much for your visit to Berlin, and I'm very much looking forward to the continued lively German-Romanian cooperation and friendship, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing you again soon in the coming weeks. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I would like to thank the German Federal Minister of Foreign Affairs, Annalena Baerbock. Thank you, dear Annalena, for your kind invitation to visit Berlin, for the hospitality and the open and consistent dialogue we had. During our discussion, I expressed, first of all, our gratitude to Germany for Germany's swift support in providing medical care to our patients, victims of recent LNG's gas explosion in Romania, a clear proof of solidarity provided by our close partner and friend. We are in constant contact with the medical facilities where they are being treated. We wish them a speedy recovery. Our dialogue today reconfirmed the complex and reliable bilateral relation with strategic value, the sustained dynamic of the high-level dialogue, the broad economic and sectoral cooperation, as well as our traditional strong social interconnections. We highlighted the positive trend of our bilateral economic exchanges, Germany being Romania's first trade partner, as well as the significant presence of German investors in the Romanian economy. We would like to see their presence increase in the coming period, especially in areas such as infrastructure, energy, agricultural, food industry, circular economy, defense industry. We also discussed about the important role the German minority in Romania and the growing Romanian community in Germany, people very well integrated and active contributors to Germany's socio-economic development, plays in enhancing the relationship between the two countries. In addition to strengthening bilateral relations, Romania and Germany have intensified the coordination on current issue on the EU, NATO, and international agenda, especially in the context of the multiple crises generated by Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine. I thus highlighted the importance of implementing the decision adopted at NATO summit in Vilnius on strengthening the alliance posture, including by promoting a structured approach to collective efforts in support of Black Sea security. I reaffirm Romania's support for Ukraine's independence, sovereignty, and territorial integrity, as well as our full solidarity with Ukraine and the Ukrainian people victim of Russia's aggression. Romania condemns in the strongest terms the continued Russian attack on innocent people and civilian infrastructure, including on the Danube, close to the Romanian border. We work with the international community to bring those responsible to justice. Romania is taking additional measures to increase the transit capacity of Ukrainian cereals via the Danube corridor and the Black Sea. More than 22.5 million tons of cereals has already transited Romania, and our support will continue. We highlighted Romania's and Germany's similar position in regard to the Republic of Moldova, including in terms of coordination on key issues, such as continuing to provide consistent support to Chișinău on its European path, and to strengthening its resilience in the face of current threats, including through the Moldova Platform Support, an initiative launched by Romania, Germany, and France. The very good dialogue we have had today has highlighted the common objective we share to contribute to strengthening European unity and solidarity. Both Romania and Germany support a stronger and more resilient European Union. The issue regarding Romania's accession to the Schengen area was, of course, discussed. I took this opportunity to thank my German counterpart for strong messages of support and for Germany's commitment to support Romania in actively pursuing its effort in this regard. I also stress the absolute determination of the Romanian government to continue its action at all political and diplomatic levels in order to mobilize the unanimous support necessary for the adoption of the accession decision. My country makes an essential contribution to ensuring the internal security of the whole Union, an aspect appreciated by all our European partners. I have also expressed the support for the advancement of the EU enlargement process, both in the Union Eastern neighborhood and in the Western Balkans regions. I reiterated that the European integration of the Republic of Moldova and Ukraine is a major political priority, and the short-term goal is to reach a positive decision by the end of this year on opening the accession negotiation with both countries. In conclusion, let me once again thank you, dear Annalena, for the warm welcome and for today's substantial discussion. Thank you.